Hey there, Metal Dog. How about a reading for you, for me? What is going on right now? What is February going to be like? Let's just find out about our February. We're getting a card. It just jumped out. And the card is Balance. Little lady with her head in the clouds. Holding the moon. Let's see. What is that? What's that about? Number 19. That is about... I feel like I get this card a lot, which suggests I lack balance. We'll see. How about you? I tend to feel balanced. It says seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life. I've heard that we're in a time where you can feel quite fluttery and anxious. There's a lot happening in Aquarius, an air sign. There's tension in the chart of the present with Mars and Uranus in Taurus. All these planets are in Aquarius and they're at a right angle to one another. And they're going to be going into exact right angles throughout February. Then we've got Mercury retrograding. So it's not always bad. Then there's some beautiful things like Venus, who's been hanging out and being transformed by Pluto. So that's pretty cool. So your love, money, sense of what you want in relationships has been changed. And now it's entering into, Venus is entering into Aquarius. So what it can feel like and what I've been feeling like is like a lot of anxiety, insomnia, up in my head's like really loud. And it makes sense to me because Aquarius is air, it is the mind, it is swords in the tarot. And so we could really feel a lot going on there. And so I feel more of a need to ground myself, to do yoga. It's harder to go sit in the woods, which is one of my ways of grounding myself because there's 2.5 feet of snow on the ground here. But I am perfectly seeking balance and peace. There is a person meditating right there as I speak. And self-love beneath her. That makes me think of a British friend of mine who's just too young to watch a Metal Dog reading, but who cracks me up about self-love and American tendencies to talk in terms of self-love. All right, well, let's do a reading here for February for all of this action. We've got Mercury in retrograde until the 20th. All this stuff is happening up there. Do I miss being oblivious to it? Just as with tarot, when I first started reading tarot, I felt like anxious about knowing, but what I've learned is all of it, we can all choose like a vibration at which to live. Like we can go down into the conflict and the yuckiness, or we can find ways to rise up above conflict, and to bring love into the situation and pause when agitated or doubtful. Keep your mouth closed when you don't have something to communicate that is, constructive. Seeking balance, right? So this is, even in a time that seems difficult astrologically, or when you get cards on the table that look challenging, they're all opportunities to ascend to a place of sanity from a place of groundedness, and to bring the heart to the matter instead of all your weapons to battle. Okay, Metal Dogs, we're seeking balance. There's a lot happening. I feel like I'm unclear about what it is. It seems like as Mercury goes backwards, we revisit. So, what are we revisiting this month? What have we decided, or what do we think we know that we're going to revisit it? Let's see. I haven't decided what spread to use. I'm sorry. I'm going to use this 5-card spread that I just made up. Okay. For the collective reading on Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we're going to release the Page of Swords. This is the chatty communicator. Just has so many interesting curiosities to talk about. So, also the Page of Swords is young, right? Sort of immature. We're going to embrace victory. All right. We're going to revisit our ideas of love. What we don't see, what is hidden from us, is the Queen of Cups. The beautiful, emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, good communicator. So, since Mercury is in retrograde, it seems to me that this place and this reading of what's hidden, this may be where we're experiencing a challenge. So, our ability to communicate in an open, mature way is, we don't have access to that right now. That makes sense. And then the future is the Knight of Pentacles, a plan. The discipline to make it happen, to realize that plan. Okay, so we are revisiting love. We're embracing victory, a sense of our accomplishments here. We're having a little trouble accessing the heart. And I don't know what this Knight of Pentacles in the future is about. Slowing down. So that's good. I was talking about how the brain just feels like a lot, real fast. So maybe this slowing down, this earthy, grounded, barefoot, it's like spring. That's ahead. Let us find out more. Do you know where your north node is? Or your south node in your chart? It's really interesting to find out about that. You're supposed to be leaving behind your south node. Mine is in Leo in the house of relationships. And then you head north. And mine north is Aquarius in the first house of identity. So that could be the physical, but it feels much more like, as we have everything in Aquarius, and as I've turned 50, that north node direction calls, and it is causing me right now to question my identity on a fundamental level. And that's supposedly happening to anyone who has Aquarius rising, as I do. But my north node is also there. And in general, because of all of the planets being where they are, because of things happening that feel revolutionary and I won't get into the planets, because basically I'm just reciting. I don't really feel like an expert enough. You should watch an astrologer. But we are all going through a revolution, and this is transformative, and it's uncomfortable. So that is what we're being told to seek balance in. And so let's see. What is the Page of Swords? Let's clarify that. Death, change. This is what our release. Okay. Death. The Knight of Cups. And the Tower. Okay. Wow. So everything that you used to do for love, right? We know we're revisiting how love works. So we get the Knight of Cups here. This is our love, our classy love offer here. He is surrounded by a tower and death. This is the old way that we're leaving behind. Yeah. So perhaps you have been a bit of a know-it-all about love. You thought you knew. You thought you had it figured out. This is going to need to be transformed. And it may be that something happened, something dramatic like a tower, or, death, transformation, death and rebirth. Like this idea of what love is, you don't know. Let it go. Forget. Forget what you thought you knew about love. Maybe you got hurt. Maybe that's what you made some ideas about what love is because you got hurt. Forget it. You're wrong. It needs to change. Something happened, you know this, okay? So if you're kind of holding on to this loss, this like, what the hell happened, tower, in your love life, in your emotional life. It could be, doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be some other emotional realm. It could be about this revolution that we're having in our society right now. Yeah. Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck as I'm talking. I love how that reflects my entire house. So the Nine of Wands is about struggle, that you've been struggling and you're tired. Yeah. So if you're feeling tired and like you're holding on really tightly and you're just getting through, consider that what you think you know, you don't know. And that you just drop what you know. Okay. Our embrace is victory, is our accomplishments. So let's see what else. Let's see what else, metal dogs. I can't believe I haven't done a reading for us for so long. I'm sorry. It's been a hard winter. Okay. Pardon me. The deck has volunteered that you are, that you have the Queen of Wands. So this is very beautiful, very sexy, very powerful. Could be dramatic. She really goes with the figure of victory here. It's somebody in front of an audience, very visible. We also see the Five of Cups. This is a grief, a loss. That goes back to what I was gathering, that you need to change your ideas of love and that they came from some kind of loss. And thirdly, we get just a practical beginning, the little Knave of Pentacles. See how he's holding on to that beautiful golden pentacle? It's his heart. That's his heart. He's holding his heart. This is an image of self-love right here. Yeah, and it has replaced what she is holding over her heart. And this is a mirror image to you. So this would be the right side of her, but because it's mirrored, it's the left side. It's the place that we put our hand on our heart. So the scariness is being replaced by this beautiful gift. And look at that sweet youth. Loving that. So this is definitely a victory that you have achieved. I have to say, this Queen of Wands, she's looking a little bit like the person that hurt you. She looks a little bit bitchy to me today. That's not normally what I see. So that means that's what we want to consider in this reading. And look, I see all the people looking at her. So this fire sign may have been the person that hurt you. Yeah. Or she may be somebody that you're attracted to and you're afraid of that. And you're holding your heart from that. I don't know. This is in our embrace. So, and so much like this victory person, and that it's in embrace. Oh, I see. This is embrace this person. She's very public. So that's another way of looking at this. Okay. This came through real strong though. Embrace a person, a specific person, a queen of wands. She seems proud. She seems like an iceberg. She seems like scary. But she's just protecting her heart. So you have to see through what you think you know. And you're afraid to offer your love to this person or this emotional situation, this passion. Could be, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be like, because wands represent passion, it could be a creative idea, and you're afraid, and you're protecting your heart from disappointment. To me, this is coming out as a romantic reading because we get the Two of Cups as what Mercury wants us to revisit, or what Mercury plans for us to revisit during this retrograde, according to my cards here. And Two of Cups, it doesn't have to, again, it can be a bigger social justice, egalitarian kind of love here. And this Queen of Wands could be you, or it could be a leader, a public figure. It's very much telling me that this is a public figure who is guarded. It could be you. It could be a big person far from you. Someone you might follow. I don't know. I'm not that into following. Okay, so the Two of Cups, you're revisiting. This is a process of healing. Four of Swords. Rest and healing. But I get more healing. Oh, there's the King of Wands. So we've got the King and the Queen of Wands now on the table with the Two of Cups. Very decisive, passionate, desiring person. Both the King and Queen of Wands are passionate, desiring people. They go for it, what they want, and they make it happen. That's being healed here. And then finally, the Knave of Swords, which we got in our release. This is the same person. So the Knave of Swords that we release, Mercury is revisiting. And that could just be the truth, the communication that's associated with Mercury. You're healing your passionate nature. And I really see how the Knight of Cups, who was bringing that love offer, that it's the same guy now carrying the truth instead of a heart. Have you been dishonest in relationships? Have you dealt with dishonest love? And now the aspiration is an honest love, one that is passionate and full of integrity, and is also healing. Full of integrity, right? Because there's this valuing of the heart here that got scared back here with this Tower, this death, that transformed your heart into this truth, the source of truth, the seeker of truth, this bringer of truth. as well as of passion of the king here, who looks also like a woman, which I love that the King of Wands looks like a woman. Okay, hidden from us in this time, or perhaps hampered by Mercury in retrograde, is the Queen of Cups, that ability to speak from the heart that she represents. She comes with a Five of Pentacles, a feeling of poverty, of being left out, of lack. Also, Three of Cups, friendship, reconciliation. And Eight of Cups, a lack of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. All of these cups beneath the Queen of Cups. So this Queen of Cups intuitively connects. She's very open. She's sending out energy. She's receiving energy. There's her heart right there. We can see this energy flowing out of that cup as well as out of her hands and all around her. It's very, very dynamic person. Also in a posture of surrender, but also I think of grief, because we have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, as well as the Three of Cups. There's a definite feeling of lack within her community. She lacks friends. Yeah, you don't have access, you're not able to communicate, you miss people. This could be what's operating here. Something that you don't know though, you're out of touch with. Looks very much like you're having to communicate energetically because you can't in person. It's giving you a chance to revisit your idea of the Two of Cups. Well, let's see what this future is with the Knight of Pentacles. I still feel like something needs to break open here in this reading. Still. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles comes with the Three of Pentacles. This is collaboration with others, building together. You know, he's kind of got a whole bunch of pentacles just falling off him. Almost looks like a brand new start, building something new. Some 10 of Wands, putting down of the burden. Yeah, that just sort of reiterates the way he's letting go of his ideas of security, of success. So yeah, it's a quit your job card. It's whatever the burden is, you're going to put it down here in the future in order to build with others. And it's a very artsy kind of creative building. She's making music here. And thirdly, we see the Queen of Swords. She is able to remove those that are not. There's a moving on and a leaving behind of what's unfulfilling here. Oh. Okay, so all right, so you're looking at a relationship that you're in, or you're looking at your ideas of relationship here, and you're going to unburden yourself with either that relationship or your idea of what a relationship ought to be. the Queen of Swords in the future, she cuts out people that she's really good at just removing what doesn't work for her. We come back to embracing the Queen of Wands as well as the King of Wands. And I'm made to think of Venus coming into Aquarius, an air sign. Queen of Swords, she is an air queen. There's a shift from whatever you were doing in the past, your belief system in the past, or your relationship in the past with this Knight of Cups. Or you are the Knight of Cups, or you're with the Knight of Cups. Venus has been transformed in her encounter with Pluto and is now coming into Aquarius. And she has a message for you about your worth. You know your worth. And usually that Queen of Pentacles makes me think that, but this young Knave of Pentacles is just very newly knowing the gift that is your heart. You are knowing the gift that is your heart. And so as Mercury asks you to revisit your understanding of the Two of Cups and to realize the truth. When you, this Knight, this Knave of Swords, the truth that the Knave of Swords sees, this new truth, right? Because you're releasing the old one, is that you're unfulfilled in your relationships. You're sad. It could be your primary relationship. It could be your friendships. It's your emotional life is unfulfilling. You feel impoverished and sad. The Queen of Cups is sad. And so as you go forward, you're going to know what it is you need to just drop. Just need to let go of some stuff and drop it. Cut, quit, unburden yourself in order to begin a new collaboration to make beautiful music in the future with new friends. Doesn't mean you cut everybody out, but there is a removing of the people who hurt you. Yeah. And so, yeah, this Queen of Wands is a side, an aspect of yourself or somebody in your life that is intimidating, or it is your relationship, this person, this Queen of Wands, drama queen. Oh, that's reiterated here by, she's holding up a mask here in this Five of Cups. I always want to push away a reading that says you're going to look at your relationship and you're going to want to leave it. That's actually what I see here. It may be your relationship or your idea of what a relationship should be, and that you get to transform that and unload that. You know, the Queen of Swords can just as easily cut away the crap that is preventing you from seeing the truth. But this is a transformation, and it's of the heart, and it is going to unburden you, and you will be free in the future to make something new that is emotionally satisfying. And as you go through this process, maintain your balance, right? Keep your peace. I don't think you have to do a lot. Practice self-love. But just try to stay grounded through this process. We'll get the Nine of Wands again on the bottom of this deck. So that's followed here by the 10. So now it's time to unburden yourself of that. And then there is on this deck Justice. So there's that balance again. There's putting things right. And there is that truth, that sword. So there's some kind of truth here for you to move forward with. Yeah. 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Yeah. So there's been some kind of self-harming behavior that you've been engaged in, and you're going to move away from that and go forward. Either this is travel or this is a new idea. It's changing your philosophy. So you can be in the same place and just change how you see it, and then you'll be in a new place where you can literally move. But you're moving out of self-harm and out of struggle and putting down burdens in the future as a result of Mercury causing you to revisit and face the truth about your concept of love or your situation of love on either the very personal, intimate scale or all the way up into how you engage with the world. You are somehow burdened by a false belief that is causing you to be dissatisfied, to feel impoverished in your relationships of the heart. Okay? Stay balanced. All of the readings I'm doing are just full of transformation, and this feeling goes right along with it. This kind of upset, anxiety in the head kind of stuff. And stay grounded. That's the advice. Keep your balance. Find some way to be in your best self as you go through this in order to face what you need to face, and then unburden yourself and feel free ahead to collaborate in a really beautiful way with people that you have identified as your heart people. Okay, thanks.